welcome to Female Warrior Week on Sensei Emmetts Youtube Channel, and today we're joined by Professor Zahalea Anderson. You're very welcome.
Greetings. Thank you for having me.
Pleasure to have you here. And if you could just give the audience a little bit of background into your martial arts.
Yes, sir. Greetings, everybody. I am Professor Zahalea Anderson out of Long Beach, California. I am a 7th Dan currently in the system of Sanucas Jujitsu, and I am the founder of Raw Life Defense, which is a Sanucas Jujitsu system.
Yeah, excellent. And could you explain what Sanucas is? It's not a very well-known art, is it? It's kind of
Sanucas is urban street self-defense, combative situations, but we do teach under like the traditional way of expressing our movements. We have our drills, we have our rolls, falls, locks, holds, submissions, weaponry, multiple attacks, stand-up ground, everything that you basically would need for the street.
yeah.
Me per se, what my feeling has been that it's not a sport because there are certain things you can and cannot do. But in street survival, all is fair in love and war.
That sounded quite badass there, but I've actually watched quite a few videos. It does look quite a serious art, and one of the things I actually came across is a situation where you've actually had to use it in real life while 7 months pregnant, was it?
Yeah. Unfortunately, the world is not all peaches and flowers and things. And so this was a moment of my life where I'm glad that I was prepared because I was pregnant with our first child, but I was still training while I was pregnant. And that was just something that I had to just take on for myself. It wasn't something that was required or anything, but I took it upon myself to make it happen because this is my lifestyle at this time. To me, my martial arts is my lifestyle. So me being pregnant, I still had to be able to learn how to walk and fight with the belly. Unfortunately, that did come my way in real life. And I was actually walking to go teach the children's class because I was still teaching as well. And, life happened. Someone came around my way and decided to see if they can come and just mess up a pregnant woman's peace. And, unfortunately, I had to let him know that my peace will not be disturbed.
Yeah.
And I'm laughing about it now, but in the midst of it, it was a very scary moment. What if it was someone who did not train while they were pregnant? And, what if it was a knife to my unborn child, to my belly? Or what if it was, it was all these what ifs, but I'm very grateful that that did not happen. But I did successfully survive that situation. And my daughter is 13 today. So.
Excellent. It's never a good idea to destroy a pregnant woman's peace now. I know my wife's pregnant at the moment with our 4th.
Oh, congratulations.
Thank you now. And even she doesn't train martial arts at all, but I'm tiptoeing around her. It's never a good idea to upset a pregnant woman. But
no, it's never a good thing. I mean, we are we bring life into this world. Like it's such an amazing and majestic thing that we do. And in due time, hopefully all will know and respect us as a people even more, I guess.
That's it. My wife is constantly saying at the minute that she's creating life and she can end one as well if I annoy her. So,
that's true.
But I'll not go there.
You don't want to see who's gonna be your life because she gonna end. You better help make that dinner or eat with her. You both gain the weight.
That's it. That's it. And you've been a long time in martial arts, and have you noticed a difference in the amount of women that have been training over the years increase?
Yes, I've seen a lot of increase women being able to be practitioners and leaders and students in the martial arts. I started being the only woman, with me on the mat in my system at the dojo. So I've seen a lot of growth. I've learned, and the beauty of social media, have been grateful to meet these new warrior women and and get to work out with some of them and get to talk to some of them, meet some of them face to face before this whole pandemic came along. But yes, the increase in warrior women in martial arts is a great thing, because at first, you know, we weren't allowed to do it at all, you know.
Yeah.
And so this is a huge, big step for warrior women, and we can just keep growing and keep striving and keep getting better for the ones after us.
Definitely. I've met so many this past week doing interviews, and it's strange hearing how difficult it was 30 or 40 years ago for a woman to come into a dojo and train. And now it's, even in my own dojo, there's more females than there is males.
Okay.
It's really taken off, and I think that's partly why I do Female Warrior Week, is because I have so many females in my school. So it's great to give them the inspiration and kind of show them that there is great role models out there and people that have went through great struggles to get to where they are.
Yeah, and that's nice that, you know, I give thanks to you for wanting to show that, and you being a man in the martial arts, recognizing and want to give us our recognition. Like, I respect that for you. So I give thanks to you for doing that. You know, we as women, you know, it's not easy, you know, but it's very beneficial if you stick to it and know the importance of being a warrior. Like, for me, it's not a sport, it's not a hobby. Like, this is my lifestyle.
Yeah.
You know, this is a part of me, like how I brush my teeth, how I fan block, you know what I'm saying? How I get my children ready for school, how I put you in a Nikio. Like, it's just all a part of the system of me, of my life.
Yeah.
You know?
And do you think martial arts as a lifestyle rather than just a hobby, do a lot of people? Do you think you need to be successful in it, do you need to take that on as a lifestyle and incorporate it into all parts of life?
It depends, you know, what is your purpose? Where are you coming from? You know, it's like, okay, why do you want to do martial arts? It's because you've been watching all the old school kung fu flicks since you were a kid, and you're just digging it so much that you just want to try to tap in and try to make a move. Or are you a gamer, you know, and you just want to see it in real life, you know? Or have you really took the time to say, like, okay, this might be something that I can really tap into, because one, it might be beneficial for my mindset, you know, my spirit, you know, like, what is it that you're trying to tap into? Is it a hobby because you just love it so much? Or is it going to be something that you want to invest your life and your time in, because it takes time to be a true martial artist? So you got to know, the question is what you trying to do with it? You know, you just want to get the basics down and say, you know, a couple 1-2 combos. Or are you trying to get everything? Because if you're trying to get everything, then you're going to be here for the long run, because it's always going to be growing, and I will always be a student. There's so much to tap into, you know, and so you have to have the mindset that you don't have everything. You always have to have an open mind and an open heart to be able to learn from new people you might meet along the way of your journey. Yes. You know, yes, we have our instructors that we've been with for so long and so many years, but there's going to be a time where you're going to have to spread your wings and fly to another destination. And what are you going to do with that? Where are you going to go? How are you going to be? So if you are trying to become a martial artist, make sure that you have an instructor that you really believe in and that they know what they're doing. Because if you're just tapping into somebody who's how you say now, a YouTube professor, or a typo power instructor, or what, you know, what have you, you know, it's up to you to do that self-investigation, to really know yourself, so you know who you need to be around and who to vibe with. And that came with trial and error with me. You know, I learned as I went along, and that's life lessons that made me to who I am now. And I'm not finished growing. I'll be 31 soon. I mean, excuse me, 41 soon. And I will always be a student.
Yeah, definitely. And what do you think the benefits are of training in martial arts?
The benefits to me with me training in martial arts have helped me be a little bit more calmer in situations that have come along my way. less emotional, more logical. And as women, we run off of emotions a lot because that's just who we are. We're nurturers, we're givers, we're, you know what I'm saying? We bring life into this world. So we have a different type of vibe. But being in the martial arts has made me not lose that, but made me bring in the other side of what I need to be thinking more logical, you know, not trying to get ready to cut so quick, you know, like have it in hand, have it on deck, you know, but you know, I don't have to slice this yet. Another thing about it, you know, mind, body, and spirit, it's all connected. You know, you can't have one without the other. So it brings me a nice balance.
Yeah.
Okay. It helps me to be able to express. It helps me to be able to breathe. It helps me to be able to live and to have a calm family with my husband and with my children. I mean, even the dog, you know, because when I'm teaching and training, the dog is around. So the dog knows how to relax when he hears the slap out or sees the throw and know that, you know, because they like to protect us, but they know, you know, the dog knows that I'm okay because the dog is in the environment. So being in the environment as well. You know, when I teach the children, they might have little baby siblings, but they've been coming throughout the years, and now they're used to being around, and they're used to when they get ready to go start taking those first steps, they might have a gi on at this time, and you know, and they start, you know, working out because they've been in the environment. So it's helped me because I can breathe better, and when I can breathe better, I can see better. When I can see better, I can be able to go this way or that way. You know what I'm saying? So
That's it, yeah. And
that's what it's done for me.
And you mentioned your kids there. Have they all followed you into martial arts as well and developed a love for the arts?
They do. They like it as of now. That
Yeah.
might change. You know, they're young. I try to not pressure them into doing anything, basically, you know, but I do try to just let them see the light and all the tools that my husband and I can provide for them so they can see what's available. And I like for them to make their choices. Right now, they are training with me and they are currently purple belts in our system of Sanucas as children. And it's been a good time. There's times that they don't want to go. And there's times that I do give them a break. And there's times where I'm like, look, you need to know what you're doing. So I just want to make sure you can be able to protect yourself. And which did happen one time with my daughter. Unfortunately, you know, bullies are around in school and things like that. This was a couple of years ago. And the kid wouldn't listen. The teacher wasn't around. You know, like to one teacher, it's like 30-something kids here in America. You know what I'm saying? So it's a lot going on. And she had to take care of herself, you know, so she stabbed the kid with the pencil in the hand.
Okay.
I can't get mad.
No,
I'm proud of her that she defended herself.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I always tell my children and my dojo children, handle yourself, protect yourself. Let your parents or guardians worry about the office.
Yeah.
So she did what she had to do.
Yeah, at a situation myself with my daughter now, she'd be 16 next week.
16, okay.
It was about 2 years ago at school, and one of her friends was getting picked on by two guys at the school, and one of them came up and it pushed the girl, and all we didn't hear what went on, but we heard from one of the teachers that they came out of a room and my daughter had one on the ground and was holding him down with her foot while she had a arm lock on the other guy. And she was caught, basically, and it was the teachers put it down to she assaulted two guys, but no, because we don't know what led up to it, it was kind of her story against their story, and it was, but
he say, she say, you know, but you got to go back in time, and you got to understand, you know, this might really tap into some women as to if they haven't thought about taking martial arts, this might be a good reason to. Because let's rewind a few, right? Let's go back to where we couldn't even vote. We stayed in the kitchen, you know, our 9 to 5 was cooking and cleaning. And even for me as a Black woman, I couldn't even go in certain places. If I was, rewind back in time, there was a lot more things that I could not do if I was living back then. So, and just to see what was around and what you had to be able to take care of, And this is where it comes to how us as women need to show most men, not all, not saying all, on how to respect us, because it's a whole new way now. And in order to do that, some things some people can't take through the mind, and they don't listen a few times. And if they try to put their hands on you because they think that you're property, or just because they're trying to manhandle you, that's when it comes to time to be able to tap in and tell this person through your body, since they won't listen through the mouth, on how to respect you. And you're just going to have to do it, or else they'll come again. You know what I mean? Or they'll go to the next one. So hopefully with these unfortunate altercations that I have had with women and with men, that they won't do it to the next, because they remember what I did. Because, you know, when us as martial artists and us as street survivors and combative situations, you know that you left your mark on that person.
Yeah.
So whatever happened between the altercation, if you never breathe the same, every time you're going to remember me. You never, you can't swallow right no more, you know, because I did
that. Definitely. And do you think a lot of women get attacked because basically they look more like a victim? They're smaller.
That could play a part in it. Them being smaller, being how you say, damsel in distress.
Yeah, that's,
you know. And when we've grown up having to learn these certain roles, oh my God, I can't fix my tire. Can you just come fix my tire? You know, things like, you know, like that's some of the stuff that we were taught as women to do sometimes. You know, so it's not, look, it ain't anybody's fault. It's just the way life was, okay, and what it's trying to get into now. And now women are more independent. Women can fix their own tires now. You know, women can be in the kitchen and out in the field now.
Yeah.
And what was your question?
I can't remember now. I think one of my proudest moments now was with my wife. She would have done a lot of bodybuilding, and she was in the local gym, and two guys that had just joined the local gym were squatting and lifting weights and struggling with it, and they sat the weight down, and they were sort of laughing at her being in the gym. And she came over and she lifted the whole barbell with one arm and walked over and started the lift. But the shock was they were struggling and carrying it with two hands, and she just lifted it with one.
Okay, yeah. Don't underestimate the power of the woman.
Yeah.
That's what that is.
Yeah.
You know, and there'll be a balance soon. You know, again, not all, but there are some that do need to understand the power that we actually do have. And yes, of course, you know, the man is scientifically stronger, you know, as the woman, but we have our own powers as well, as the man has their own powers. We're not here to match the man. That's not why we were created. We are here to balance each other out, the man and the woman. You know what I mean? So I'm not trying to be here and try to match you. I'm trying to find another way so I can still be with you. And if I have to come and sneak up under you and counter you to throw you, I'll be able to do so, because you won't even see me coming. You're just going to feel me lift you up in the air and you flying. You know what I mean? So, and it's like, well, how do you get a big man in motion? How do you do this? Well, once you get someone in motion and you know how to move your body, that's when it will all come together. Because you're going to understand that it's not about muscling. There's no way I can like pull somebody. There's no way. I mean, it's stressful. It's just this whole tense feeling. And that's not how we're supposed to be doing it. You know, for me, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to be calm in the chaos. Okay, I'm trying to let my hips lead with the power. You know, I'm trying to have everything connect, because us as women, that's where all of our power lays, in the womb. That's why we can bear children.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So we can't lose that divine feminine within us to be warriors. We're warriors in our own way.
Yeah.
You know, we're not, again, I'm not trying to be like a man. I'm trying to like be with the man. And if you can't be with me because you think I don't have it, or I'm not as powerful or superior, and then that's fine. That's your opinion, but you're not going to come my way or come to my family with any of that, because that's not what I believe.
Yeah, excellent. And what advice would you give a young girl starting out in martial arts?
I would just say be patient. Be patient. Keep your eyes and your heart open. Be patient because there are going to be some things you might get right away, but then there's going to be some things you may not get right away. And that's okay. Some things you can get with, and some things you're just going to have to work with. Never say, oh, this is my good side, this is my bad side, because you can't speak that to yourself. When you speak, your body connects with that. So you might have to say, I have this side that I'm comfortable with, and this side I need to work more on. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, and for a woman who's just trying to start out, a young girl, a teenager, especially a teenager, because puberty is unkicked in, so many other things are flying and happening with her body, that she's got a lot other things to figure out. You know, then the boys start coming into play. You know, do you like me? Circle yes or no, and then she puts maybe because she's not sure. You know what I'm saying? And then here comes the kid being mad about it, and then might want to turn around and flip it and start, you know, being aggressive. And she's got to tap into herself, like, this is not my fault, okay, but I need to know how to handle myself. And it's not the kid's fault either. He's going through his emotions as well, you know. So being a teenager, it's a trying era. I think us as adults can go back in time and remember that. You know, that
I live with a teenager. I know.
Oh, you don't remember? Okay, I remember some points, you know, and it was a trying time, but it was one of the best times of growing up and becoming a woman. You know, some things come along territory. Be patient, be ready to learn. You're going to have to work hard. That's what martial arts is. It's not going to be easy. So you know you want to tap into it, you're going to know you're going to have to put in the work.
Excellent. And finally, as this is sort of to empower women, can you tell us a time when you felt empowered as a woman in martial arts?
Every time that I teach, every time that I move, I feel empowered. Every time that I express to my students something and they get it, I get even more empowered because they were able to tap in and adapt, apply the movement. I am empowered when I am walking down the street. I am empowered when I am driving. I am empowered just all the time because I walk in my truth. I walk humbled. I walked grateful of everything that has come along my way in my family. And I will never, never discredit or disrespect where I came from. So I always pay homage to my ancestors, to my elders, and my parents. Okay, they brought me into this world. You know, you know what I mean. So I would that's empowering to me because I walk in my truth, and that's not easy for some people. That's not easy. And we grow up, grow up, get married, have babies. The end. You know, they're like, wait, what? You know? And that was back then. Now times have changed, but there is still some who still have that mindset. You know what I mean? So it's always good to branch out and see what else is out there. I mean, there's a whole entire world and there's a few planets. I mean, there's a lot going on in the universe. You know what I'm saying? So that's what's empowering because I know that there's a lot more to see and to do while I'm here on this side.
Excellent, excellent. And thank you very much for your time, Zahalea, and it was a pleasure speaking with you today.
Yes, sir. I give thanks to you for reaching out to me. Yes.
Thank you. And